Welcome to Booming Bull Bear, where smart traders are made. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Like this video if you find it valuable. Drop your thoughts in the comments and share it with fellow traders who want to win in the markets. 99% of traders fail, and it's not because they don't understand charts, indicators, or even strategies. It's because they ignore one simple mindset hack. A hack that the elite 1% guard like treasure. If you're tired of blowing up accounts, feeling frustrated, or thinking you're just unlucky, stay right here, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to hand you the mental edge that could change your trading career forever. Let's dive in. The biggest danger to your account isn't the market. It's you. Picture this. You wake up, grab your coffee, open your laptop. The market is moving fast. You see a candlestick breaking out and think, "This is my chance." You jump in. The candle retraces. You jump out. Another setup pops up. You jump in again. By the end of the day, your account is down 40%, and you're staring at the screen in disbelief. You didn't plan this. You didn't want this, but you couldn't stop. Sound familiar? That's because your mind is not wired for trading success by default. In fact, our brain evolved for survival, to avoid pain and chase quick rewards. And in trading, that's a disaster. A losing trade feels like danger, so you panic. A winning trade feels like reward, so you overtrade. Here's the scary stat. Research from the Journal of Behavioral Finance found that traders under emotional stress make 60% more errors than when they're calm. 60%! That's the difference between consistent profits and consistent losses. And here's the emotional gut punch. Most traders believe they're losing because they don't know enough, so they keep piling on strategies, indicators, and courses, when in reality, they're just feeding the wrong beast, their own emotional impulses. The truth is, the market is not your opponent. Your thoughts are, your fears, your impatience, your FOMO, and until you train your brain to think differently, the market will keep draining your account like a slow leak in a bucket. Now imagine for a moment you take a losing trade, but instead of panicking, you smile slightly, knowing it's just one of many trades in your plan. Imagine watching a breakout without jumping in impulsively, because you know your edge comes from waiting for the right setup. This isn't a fantasy. The pros do it daily, and it all starts with one mindset shift. And here's the twist. It's not about becoming emotionless like a robot. No, it's about using emotions as signals instead of triggers. It's about rewiring your thinking so that even in chaos, you stay calm, sharp, and in control. The $100,000 mindset shift nobody talks about. All right, deep breath. We've met the enemies, our own emotions. But here's the million-dollar question. How do you actually beat them? Now, most traders think controlling emotions means being calm or not caring about money, but that's not the real solution. The real solution is a complete reframe of how you measure success in trading. Here it is. Stop thinking trade by trade. Start thinking in probabilities. Let me give you an example. Imagine flipping a coin 100 times. You know there's a 50-50 chance for heads or tails. You don't get upset after 3 tails in a row, because you know the overall pattern will balance out over the series. Trading is the same. Your edge, your strategy, might win 55% of the time. But if you judge yourself after every single trade, you'll go insane. 3 losses in a row will make you question your skills, your system, and maybe even your sanity. Here's the magic shift. Pros judge themselves on a series of trades, not a single trade. A study by Dr. Brett Steenbarger found that traders who focused on series outcomes instead of individual trades improved consistency by over 200% in just 6 months. That's not because they suddenly became geniuses, it's because they stopped reacting emotionally to random variance. Think about it. If you can take 10 losing trades in a row and still be confident, because you know your plan works over 100 trades, you've already beaten 99% of traders. But here's the catch. It's one thing to know this mindset shift. It's another to actually live it. And this is where most traders fail. They understand probabilities in theory. But the second a trade goes against them, fear and frustration smash through the door like an uninvited guest. So how do you make this mindset stick? How do you make probabilities your natural way of thinking even when the market is slapping you in the face? The answer is simpler than you think. And it takes less than 3 minutes a day. It's the same method I give to coaching students who can't stop sabotaging their trades, and within weeks they're calmer, more disciplined, and, most importantly, much more profitable. The 3-minute daily ritual that rewires your trading brain. Here's where things get exciting, because I'm about to hand you a tool that can literally reprogram your trading brain. And it takes less time than boiling an egg. This is the same ritual I gave to one of my students, Mark. When Mark came to me, he was bleeding money every single week. He had strategy knowledge, technical skills, and market experience. But every time he took a loss, he spiraled into revenge trades. In just 3 months of doing this ritual, his account went from $3,000 to plus $12,000. And no, his win rate didn't magically improve. His mindset did. The ritual, only 3 minutes a day. Step 1, pre-market mental rehearsal. What do you mean? Before the market opens, close your eyes. Visualize yourself taking a trade that loses, and then imagine staying completely calm. Picture yourself breathing steadily, closing the trade, and waiting for the next planned setup. This teaches your brain that a loss is not danger. It's just part of the process. Step 2, probability reminder 10 sec. At the top of your trading chart, write, I trade probabilities, not predictions. Every time you glance at it, your brain gets a micro reset, reminding you not to attach your self-worth to a single trade. Step 3, post-market reflection 2 min. When you're done trading, jot down why you entered each trade, why you exited, whether you followed your rules. No mention of PL, profit or loss, because the goal is to grade process over outcome. Why this works, the science. Neuroscience shows that rehearsing your responses to negative events reduces stress by up to 50%. This ritual trains your brain to treat trading losses as data instead of pain. Over time, this rewires your default reaction, so you naturally stay disciplined under pressure. And here's the emotional benefit. When you stop fearing losses, you stop forcing trades. And when you stop forcing trades, your account curve stops looking like a heart monitor and starts looking like a steady climb. Cliffhanger. Now this ritual can change your trading life, but there's still a deadly habit that will sabotage it if you're not careful. I've seen traders nail discipline for a week, then blow it all in a single afternoon because of this one thing. It's silent, sneaky, and it kills accounts faster than any losing streak. The silent account killer, overtrading. We've all been there. You take a great trade, your analysis was spot on, you feel amazing. But then the market is still moving, and you think, why stop now? One more trade, then another, and another. Fast forward. It's 4 p.m., your profits are gone, and you're staring at a smaller account than when you started the day. That, my friend, is overtrading. And it's the silent killer of trader accounts worldwide. Why overtrading happens. Here's the truth bomb. Overtrading has less to do with your strategy and more to do with dopamine. Every time you place a trade, win or lose, your brain gets a hit of dopamine. It's the same brain chemical released when you eat chocolate or scroll TikTok endlessly. It feels good, and your brain wants more. That's why overtrading is so dangerous. You start trading for excitement, not for profits. You start looking for any setup just to feel that rush again. And that's when bad trades sneak in and start draining your account like a slow leak. The hard statistics. A massive study of 20,000-day traders in Brazil found that 97% lost money over 300 days of trading. And the saber one reason. You guessed it, overtrading. Even traders who started profitable eventually fell into the trap of just one more trade until their edge vanished. The quick fix that works. If you want to kill overtrading before it kills you, set a daily trade limit, period. Decide in advance, I will only take X trades today. When you hit that number, jot it down, even if the next candle looks like the opportunity of a lifetime. Why? Because this forces you to trade with quality over quantity. It shifts your focus from chasing dopamine to protecting discipline. The emotional payoff. Imagine ending your trading day early, with profit still in your account, and no urge to give it back. Imagine logging off knowing you followed your plan exactly. That's what a daily trade limit does. It builds trust with yourself. Ahatusa, cliffhanger. But here's the thing. Even with discipline, limits, and rituals, there's one last mental transformation you must make if you want to be in the winning por se. It's the ultimate hack, the one that turns fear into firepower and losses into pure motivation. Without it, you'll always feel like the market is a fight. With it, you'll feel like the market is your partner. The one hack that turns fear into firepower. Here we are. We've talked about the enemy in your head, the 100K mindset shift, the daily ritual that rewires your brain, and the silent killers over trading. Now it's time for the final piece, and I promise, if you embrace this, it will change the way you see every single trade from this day forward. Ahatusa, the hack. Love losing trades if they follow your rules. Wait, love losing trades? Yes, and here's why. Most traders treat losses like punishment. They get angry, emotional, and start doubting themselves. But the truth is, losses are not the enemy. Rule breaking is. If you take a loss that fits your trading plan, that's a win for your discipline. You followed your process. You stayed true to your system. That means you're building consistency. And consistency builds accounts. On the flip side, even if you win money on a bad trade, it's a loss for your discipline. Why? Because it trains your brain to reward breaking rules, and eventually, that habit will wipe you out. Ahatusa, the emotional reframe. Imagine you're a sniper. You have one mission: take the perfect shot. Sometimes you line up the shot perfectly, pull the trigger, and miss. That's not failure, that's the game. The skill is in the patience, not the kill shot. Trading is the same. Your job isn't to win every trade. It's to execute your edge flawlessly, over and over again, without letting fear or greed take the wheel. When you start rewarding yourself for process over outcome, fear transforms into fuel. Every loss that follows your rules becomes proof that you're doing it right. Ahatusa, why this works. Psychologists call this operant conditioning. By changing what your brain celebrates, you change what it repeats. If your brain starts craving good decision-making instead of random wins, discipline becomes effortless. Ahatusa, the final picture. Picture this. You take a trade. It loses. You smile. You log it in your journal. You move on. No revenge trades, no panic, just calm confidence. You know that over the next 100 trades, your edge will play out. You're no longer gambling. You're running a business. And that is the mindset hack the 99% ignore. So if you're ready to join the winning 1%, here's your mission. Hit that like button so YouTube knows this message matters. Drop a comment with your biggest trading struggle so we can crush it together. And subscribe with the bell on, because in my next video, I'm going to reveal the exact trading system pros use to grow small accounts fast. Don't miss it. Your future self will thank you.